Hello everybody, Weeb Rabbit here, and today I'm checking out a game called I Am Dead. From what I know about this game, I believe it hit Steam earlier in the year, and then it just hit the Switch, earlier this month. And from what I know about the game, it's supposed to be like this little puzzle sort of adventure sort of thing, where I believe you play as this old man who used to be like a museum curator, I think. And he discovers he's dead, and from there the game's just about him exploring the afterlife. And there's all sorts of puzzles and really crazy, like, abstract... I don't know, like, the afterlife is just supposed to be, like, really colorful and abstract and really interesting, So, I don't know, I saw an indie showcase of it, I thought it seemed interesting, and I decided I'm gonna check it out, because it seems like a fun time. So, let's dig in.
Well, here I am again. Morris Lupton off for my morning walk. This must be the finest stretch of beach on the finest island the whole world over. For a little speck of land in the North Atlantic, it sure is a good un. Oh, I see those yoga folks up at the lighthouse are up bright and early, saluting the sun and all that. I always thought that looked like fun.
Interesting.
But this walk isn't the same without Sparky. She did love chasing that tennis ball. Oh, Sparky. I miss you, girl.
Aw, that's sad. He has a little doggy that died. That got sucked.
The crater's definitely been smoking more than usual lately. That's funny, that, for a dormant volcano.
I mean, maybe it's not dormant, dude. That could be it. Maybe it's not dormant.
Charleston used to be a quiet place. You'd only come here if you liked fishing or bird watching. But since the new ferry service started, we get loads of tourists. But what you gonna do? It's always changing.
Alright, well, he has a positive attitude. He seems pretty open to everything.
Chelmaston's a smashing place. I'm lucky to call it home. Ah, the bench. Yeah, this is, well, it's my bench. Yeah, the museum paid for it because I was the curator there. Yeah, and they did that to remember me because, oh yes, I am dead.
Oh, wow, that is really interesting. So, damn, that moment where he just realizes he's dead, and apparently he didn't know it, that is...
It's been some adjustment.
Wow, okay.
Not all bad. Yeah, I should probably go and check on the museum, actually. Yeah, I've been collecting the stories of Chelmaston for years now, here in my museum. There are so many stories, and wonderful ones. The museum started off small, but just grew and grew. It's shut at the moment, of course. Not sure what's going to happen with it now that I'm no longer doing it. I do like coming back here, though. Gives me a bit of purpose, which I've really missed since, becoming dead. Oh, one thing that's been keeping me amused. Since I've been dead, I found I can do some new things.
Alright, so this is lock on. What does that mean? Slice in? Oh, cool. He can, look through layers of stuff. That's pretty cool, actually. Makes sense. He's a ghost, so he has, a ghost vision. He can, teleport through things, I guess. Slice out.
Pretty weird.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm
interesting.
Not sure what use it is, but it's been keeping me quite entertained.
Oh, hold on. Oh, it's it's his dog. I don't know if it's, ashes or something. There's, a little, yeah, see, look. See, look, Sparky. Sparky. He just mentioned his dog. Sparky's... Huh.
But the novelty's worn off. I mean, it's been, well, I don't know how long exactly, but an awful long time since I've had anyone to talk to. Well, anyone who talked back, anyway.
Oh, hold on.
No, I couldn't. That sounds like Sparky. Is that you?
Oh, yeah, let's just find this. I already had it earlier. Hold on. Let me try to, like... You have to have, like, the right angle, I guess. There we go. Yeah, I already found this earlier. There you go. Oh, cool. Because it makes sense if the dog's dead.
Come with me. I need to show you something.
Oh, okay. The dog can talk now, I guess. Because I was going to say, if he's dead and the dog's dead, I mean, there's no reason that they can't hang out in the afterlife, right? And I was just about to say, it sucks because you can tell he really loved his dog. There's even that picture of him and his dog together. And yeah, sure enough, I guess the dog's talking to him. So that's pretty cool.
Sparky?
Morris, you worked it out.
You can talk?
Well, I could always talk. You just couldn't understand me.
And you can hear me?
Well, sure. You are talking, aren't you?
Oh, Sparky!
What is it, Morris?
It's been so long. I thought I'd had my last conversation. Oh, I'm so very glad.
I'm glad too, Morris. I've been waiting for you. We need to go...
Oh, wait. Are you really my Sparky? My Sparky girl?
Mostly. The best bits. But listen, I don't know how long before the volcano erupts, but it's not long now.
The volcano?
Oh, okay. So the volcano is important.
But it's dormant.
No. It has been dormant because of the custodian. But the custodian is weakening and we don't know how much longer they can hold on.
The custodian? What are you talking about?
Shelmerston is volcanic. It's supposed to erupt every once in a while. The only reason it hasn't is the custodian, keeping the island calm.
Huh.
Custodian keeping the island calm?
Take your time, Morris. Dogs are better at understanding this kind of stuff than humans.
The custodian is a ghost.
Yes! Now you're getting it. The custodian is a ghost who appeases the island, keeps it safe to live on. But the current custodian has been
So it's like a guardian spirit, basically. Interesting.
Needs to retire.
Oh, and the island needs a new custodian.
That's right. It's up to us to find a new one.
I mean...
There are 5 prospects that I know of. 5 ghosts still hanging around the island who haven't gone into the west yet. We need to find them and see if they'll take the job.
What if none of the prospects wants it?
Oh, if the current custodian fades away and there's nobody to commune with the island's spirit, well, that would be bad.
Bad how, Sparky?
Volcano bad. You've seen how it's smoking. We don't have long now.
Well, could I be the custodian?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I wish. But Ghost Code 342B dictates that the custodian must be a ghost who has been dead on this island for at least 1,000 days. And we don't have that.
Oh, wow. That's so
Ghost Code
specific.
342B. Yeah, well, I suppose that makes as much sense as anything else.
Right. Let's get going, Morris. Our first prospect is Peter Noach.
Oh, yeah, from the yoga center. Yeah, he died a few years ago, didn't he? Yeah, I remember his funeral on the lighthouse.
Yes, that's the fella. He always had those funny green treats. Let's go pay him a visit.
Oh, tennis balls probably, as I'm guessing. Real quick before I move on, I was gonna say, yeah, I was thinking that where this was headed was gonna be that, our guy, he's gonna be the custodian. He's gonna be like the next guardian spirit. But it's actually kind of funny how the game just goes like, nuh-uh, it's not going the direction you think. He actually can't be the new custodian. You actually have to find another one. So that's kind of interesting that it went in that direction. That's different, I like that. Oh yeah, Yap's Head Lighthouse. Cool.
Wow, flying. Oh, this feels nice.
What? Oh, right. Oh, you kind of forget about it after a while.
I always was impressed with this yoga center. Pete seemed like a chap who went through some tough times, and creating this place really seemed to help him.
Yep, and it's still going strong. They're always busy with folks from the mainland.
Yoga center run by a robot. How things change.
What?
Well, seems to be working out, though. So, now Pete's a ghost, so how do we find him?
Well, remember that clue I sent you from inside my urn? The tag?
Yeah?
Right. So that was something special to me while I was alive that helped me channel my ghost. A kind of memento. So we need to channel the ghost of Peter Noach. And to do that, we need to find his mementos.
Oh, interesting.
How are we
Okay.
going to do that?
By looking into the memories of those who loved him best. People with memories of Pete will have little thought bubbles coming out of their heads. Those are a sign you'll be able to dive into that person's memory.
I suppose that's hardly the strangest thing I've heard today.
Oh, Morris, just you wait. Now, to recap. Find people who are close to Peter. View their memories, track down the mementos, and then leave the rest to me.
So people, then memories, then mementos, then Pete. Yeah, think I get the idea. Okay, let's go.
Interesting. That's like really in depth. Kind of reminds me a little bit of The World Ends With You. The World Ends With You would really have you like analyze different people and dive into like what they were saying, and then like go from there to influence other stuff. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. So that's kind of cool. All right. So I don't see any thought bubbles. There we go. This person has a thought bubble. Perfect. Alright, so how do I see her memories or whatever? Oh, it just happened. Okay, perfect.
I just got divorced and really wanted to go on a golfing holiday, but my best mate Tammy somehow talked me into doing a yoga retreat instead.
Okay, weird. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you gotta like really hold it.
Yoga made me feel weird and uncomfortable. After the first day, I'd basically given up. I thought Pete was a bit angry with me. It was hard to tell.
Oh, and it makes different images. That's so cool. Okay, and the images just kind of blend together. Look at that. That's kind of cool.
Exploring the lighthouse, I came across Pete's set of clubs. Bingo, I thought. I wondered where I could practice my drive.
Come on. There we go. Perfect. That's really cool. So you just have to keep lining up the images, and it has like different
To
memories.
the observation deck and spent all afternoon perfecting my stroke. The sun was shining. It was the best time I'd had all week. Suddenly, I was aware of Pete watching me. My heart sank, and I braced myself for a telling off.
Okay, interesting.
How wrong I was. Pete cracked a smile and joined in. Every evening for the rest of that week, we were up on that observation deck, driving balls into the sea. Best holiday in years. I even got into yoga by the end.
Come on. No, that's not it. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, cool. So I guess old Pete had a light side after all. Cool. Alrighty, so that's one person. Let's see.
Pete was hard to read, you know? Strong, silent type. But you could tell he loved his collection of Buddhas. He said they were like fat little soldiers that kept him safe. To be honest, I thought that was a bit odd. But he was a great teacher.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Pete was very protective about his collection. Hated people messing with them, even telling off Em when she was dusting them.
Oh, he really does have a robot. What the heck?
One day, one of the Buddhas went missing. Pete was distraught. Not much affected him, so it was a shock for everyone to see how upset he was. All of us at the retreat spent the whole afternoon searching, but we never found it. To cheer him up, Em bought Pete a little toy robot. You could tell Pete was delighted.
Cool. What a lovely gesture. She was a good friend, that M. Alright, so we found 2 of the mementos. So I guess they'll somehow come together to help us, like, I don't know, find him, I guess? Channel him? Interesting. Oh, the robot. The robot has a thought bubble. Nice.
When Pete arrived at the lighthouse, he needed help running it, but refused all offers. Eventually, fearing the possibility of a shipwreck, Trinity House sent me to Shomerston to help keep things running smoothly.
Okay.
I bought Pete a plant as a welcome present. He introduced himself very quietly, but didn't seem to want to say anything else. He seemed distracted, like gravity was pressing down on him harder than other people.
Okay.
Whenever I would enter a room, Pete would mutter some excuse to leave. I didn't have a single conversation with anyone in months.
He was in love with the robot.
Eventually, Pete noticed the plant. Then, Pete noticed me. That was the start of what became this plant room.
Oh, that's
We
cute.
spent hours in here over the years, sowing seeds and tending our...
Oh, I skipped it, damn it.
Wow.
Wow, robots are complicated, didn't they? I didn't realize how important M was to Pete. I suppose everyone needs a friend, huh, Sparky? Interesting. That's kind of weird to see how this robot just became friends with this guy, but it's kind of sweet, you know? It's sweet in some way. Alright, what is this guy thinking?
I met Pete for the first time on a yoga retreat in Goa. He was the best yoga teacher, but very reserved. I noticed he had some army tattoos. I wanted to ask about them, but he would never talk about himself.
There we go. Huh. So yeah, sounds like he's like a deep guy.
When I got home, I looked him up. I couldn't believe it. He'd been with Special Forces in Helmand and was awarded a medal for bravery. Pete's unit had been in an ambush. He tried to save a colleague whose leg had been blown off, but by the time they'd reached base, it was too late. Pete was the only survivor.
Oof. See, that would explain why this Pete guy was always so... I don't know, he always seemed like they said that he had like a lot going on. I mean, war will change you, and seeing all your buddies die and stuff, like, damn, no wonder he wanted to live a just peaceful life, you know, just doing yoga and stuff.
I booked again the next year. I thought he was such an interesting bloke. Still waters, you know. And one evening, after class, I followed him down to the beach. I saw him throw something into the water and went to have a look. Picked it out of the shallows before it was washed away. It was his medal. I picked it up.
Dang, dude.
I went back to Goa the following year, but Pete wasn't teaching and it just wasn't the same. Not as good. Then, a couple of years later, I saw an online ad for his new retreat in a lighthouse. I booked immediately. I took the medal with me. Perhaps he would want it back.
Oof, I doubt that. He probably wants nothing to do with it.
And if anything, he was an even better teacher. One coffee break, when I got him on his own, I brought up Helmand in conversation. I wish I hadn't. It was like a shutter coming down. I didn't mention the medal.
Well, yeah, dude, that's probably some PTSD. Doesn't even want to talk about it and stuff.
I kept coming back for the yoga. And you know, over the years, I saw Pete mellow. I think the lighthouse was doing him good. He even cracked a joke with the group once in a while. So, that summer, the one before he died, I decided to act. It was the day I was leaving and I showed him his medal. There was a moment of total surprise.
There we go.
but he took it. He turned it over in his hand. The poor guy was lost for words. He gave me a nod of thanks and slipped it into his pocket. I'm glad he got it back.
I don't know.
Oh, Pete. I had no idea.
Alright, so we should have one more person, right? A bird. The bird's the last time hasn't thought about him. That's great. Alright, let's see. What does the bird have to say about him? Alright, let's see what the bird has to say.
I was getting ready to lay my egg. But my nest needed that little something extra.
Did he give the medal to the bird? Is this where this is going?
I found the perfect thing.
Oh no, it's the Rubik's Cube. Okay.
The human and that metal beast seemed quite agitated at their loss.
That's it? I like how the final memory was just some bird taking a Rubik's Cube. Wow, that was deep. Alright, so now that we have all the items, how do we, what do we do next now? Okay, there we go. So I did have to find one of the items. Okay, I was wondering, because I'm like, I don't see any of these items lying around anywhere. So there we go. Alright, is this enough?
I wonder how many golf balls are in the sea around this lighthouse.
Okay, so that's what we have to do. Now that we know what the items are, we have to like check them out to see if they actually do anything. It's like in this case, we found it, but it didn't mean anything.
Okay, let's find some more memories.
There it is, finally.
This is a conspicuous gallantry cross. They don't give those to just anybody.
Oh, it's inside the vacuum. That's so weird. Okay, there we go.
Oh, what a nice little fella. I'm glad we found him.
Alright.
Dogs are actually very good at solving these. They're just hard for us to turn.
That's cute. The plant's the one I'm kind of worried about because there's just so many plants in that one room. Yeah, that's not it. This doesn't seem to be it. Oh, is it this one? There we go.
Ugh. Dogs hate all fruit. I'm not going near this, Morris.
Okay, that's all of the mementos. Now what do we have to do?
Wow, I'm getting a really strong scent. Well done. I should easily be able to sniff out Peter's spirit now.
All right then. What do you need me to do?
Absolutely nothing. Just let me do my thing.
Alright, cool. So it says release Sparky.
What in the world?
There's many things in the world you haven't seen, Morris.
Though? Yep. Well, go get him, girl.
His fragments? Huh, so basically this soul's like in different parts and we have to put it back together. Interesting. There we go. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, nice.
Pete! Oh, wow! It's really you! Well, it's me, Morris. Morris Lupton.
Of course I remember you, Morris. It's lovely to see you. How's death treating you?
Oh, well, you know, it's a bit jarring, but, well, I'm having a nice enough time. But listen, Pete, we've come to ask you something. Do you know about the custodian?
The custodian? The person who communes with the island, yes? I've noticed the volcano looks like it's waking up.
Yes, well, that's the thing. We need a new one.
Oh, me? To be the custodian? Oh, Morris, I'm flattered, but I don't think I'm the one for this job. I spent my whole life and my whole afterlife trying to find peace. And lately, I think I found it. I'm satisfied with how things turned out. I'm finally ready to go into the West. I don't want to stay around any longer.
Interesting, huh? Alrighty.
Well, fair enough.
I mean, for reals, I mean, good for him. He's finally ready to move on, and, you know, that's nice,
Would
at
you
least.
want to come with me? I would be grateful for the company.
Well, that's kind of you, but I do really need to help find a new custodian. Maybe afterwards.
I understand. Well, best of luck with the search then. I'm sure you'll find someone perfect for it.
Interesting. And unfortunately, I'm guessing that's what's going to happen with the next 4 people, or the next 3 people at least. I'm sure they're going to have their reasons that they don't want to do it. And yeah, I just wonder if when you get to the last person, will they go for it? Or is it going to be like a thing where they'll also turn you down?
No worries, Morris. Plenty of other prospects. Well, 4.
Hey, Pete mentioned going into the West. What is that?
Oh, well, that's a very complicated question, Morris. Just think of it as leaving all this behind, which is not something we can do now. We need to go find Val. They're opening the sculpture park today.
Oh, is that opening already? Time certainly does move a bit quicker once you're not in the world. Talking to people, it all feels so distant. Though, if I'm being honest, I suppose I was a little buried in the museum those last few years after, well, you know. Ha! You know, you might say I started living like a ghost well before I became one.
Oof.
Oh, you weren't a
It's actually
ghost,
pretty sad.
Morris. That museum is full of life, and ghosts can't give belly rubs anywhere near as well as you did, trust me. Now let's get going. We're gonna find Val.
Ah, yes, Val. I do feel a bit sorry for her, having her home invaded by all these silly artists.
Maybe. But at least we have a laird who's interested in doing nice things for Shelmerston.
I suppose so. I was never sure about
Oh, actually skipped it. Alright, cool. Alrighty, guys, and that's where I think I will call it, because, you know, I'm pretty sure the gameplay is going to be really similar, different, you know, unlocking different parts of the memories of the people and all that good stuff, but, from what I've played so far, I do think this is a very interesting game, very unique gameplay, and it's really interesting. I mean, actually, you know, it's kind of cool, like, with that first person, the old, you know, soldier guy, how he found peace and stuff, it really was well crafted, where it was really cool to see the story come together, where you see how he suffered a lot, you know, he couldn't find peace, but then, like, he found his calling through yoga and teaching people, and now that he passed and you talk to him, he says that he finally feels at peace and he wants to pass on. And I don't know, if they do that for each of the stories, I think that'll be really nice. I think that'll be really interesting. And so yeah, guys, it's a very unique game, very strange in its gameplay and stuff, but I like it. I think it's really interesting. I can't imagine that it's too long, you know. I'm pretty sure it's, you know, I'm pretty sure after you talk to the 5 people, either the 5th person accepts the job, or maybe there's going to be like a secret 6th person to talk to or something, you know. But yeah, I like the game. I think it's unique. I think it's really interesting. So, I don't know. If it catches your attention, I would say check it out. With that being said, you know, my name has been Weeb Rabbit. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. If you didn't like it, same, you know, give me some constructive criticism to help me get better. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.